Hello and welcome back to the Football Chat podcast. It's been a little while since we've done an episode. We've had a lot of streams with the Women's Euros and not a lot of time, therefore, to record. And also, it's been very hot at the moment during the daytime here in the UK. So, it's been a bit tough to record. But we're back now and we're going to be talking about Everton. Season review, season preview. We've got to really rattle through these clubs now because I want to get them done before the start of the Premier League season. So it's going to be almost daily. Pretty much should be daily if we can keep on top of it. So look forward to that if you enjoy the podcast. But yes, Everton then today. Should we start last season? Of course, it makes sense. A very tough first half of the season. Rafa Benitez sacked after 6 months. Obviously, he came in to replace Carlo Ancelotti, who obviously left to go to Real Madrid and won the Champions League. So what a weird manager merry-go-round at Everton this season.
It was a really tough year for Everton. They had injuries. They had, as you said, manager change halfway through the year. They didn't really make the right transfers in the summer before and the January transfer window. Some players underperformed. They looked very, very shaky defensively. Which was interesting because
they were horrific at the back.
They were awful.
Pretty much. They were terrible.
Usually Everton, usually they've been known for quite a solid defensive lot.
Yeah, I mean, in recent seasons, they've just become a bit of a weird club at the moment.
I know.
They've just got such a strange roster of players. I know they're starting to change that now, but when I picture Everton now, I picture players like Cenk Tosun. Remember him? He came in on a huge contract, done nothing. Pretty much just replacing him with the same bloke. But yeah, it's just such a strange squad. So we will go for a squad to keep us out in a few moments. But
yeah, I think that's their main downfall.
It was obviously, I remember Frank FA Cup did well in his first game. I seem to remember in the FA Cup. So I think they got through. They're knocked out in the next round by someone easy. But I will just have a quick scroll.
They've obviously finished 16th in the league, and they had their home form to thank for that. They picked up 29 points at home, only 10 points away.
That's pretty poor, isn't it?
And we saw it at times, Goodison Park did become a very scary place to go for the opposition. Especially towards the end of the season, those Everton fans, give credit to them, they created an atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the Brentford game. They were all like, there was a Brentford fan cutting through the Everton fans to get to the right stand, and everyone was just like cheering in his face and stuff. But I'll be intrigued to see how Everton get on this season, because last year, I think if you give Frank Lampard time and money and the right recruitment, there's a chance they could do well. But so far, nothing's really happened at Everton. No. They've got a free transfer, which we'll get on to, and then nothing, and they've lost their best player. So
I don't know what they're planning to do. They haven't got too long either.
Yeah, they're only 4 points above the drop zone last season, and Burnley were not that good.
No.
Until the last few games where they started just balling out for a laugh.
I'm still weirded out by the fact that Burnley are not in the Premier League anymore.
Really?
Doesn't feel right.
Well, don't worry, because we can watch Burnley in the Championship on TFC Live this season. We'll have to watch Burnley at some point.
Yeah.
See how they get on. Anyway, weird side note, but Everton, let's look at their squad. Let's go for a squad keep or sell, because I think this is the most interesting one. Well, other clubs, it's like, we'll keep most of them, sell a bit of the deadwood. I don't know if I'm keeping anyone.
I think they have a squad of deadwood. And some of that deadwood has a bit of quality.
It's so random. Like, some of these players could be very good players in a different system or a different team, but it's just
I think they've got so many players that suit so many different systems because they've had so many different managers.
Yeah. Right, looking at the keepers then, they currently have 4, I guess, but Jean-Luc Laban and Billy Crellin aren't going anywhere. No. I think they're both young keepers. Then you have Jordan Pickford, who is evidently not going anywhere. If a Tottenham or a Man United come in at around the 50 mil mark, I think selling Pickford makes sense.
They need a replacement lined up first.
Yes, of course, but I think if you can get 50 mil for Jordan Pickford, you've done well. And it's Man United, so you could probably push it higher.
Yeah, who are you replacing with?
Maybe, Dean Henderson. If you're looking at it next season, right now.
Forest?
Yeah, on loan. So if you're looking at the end of the season, or a move for Kepa.
Yeah.
That could work. potentially
Navas, if he doesn't want to
I was
sit
going to say
bench there.
Keylor Navas, but they have made the mistake of signing a lot of very, very high reputation
Old,
players
expensive
on
players.
big wages and then losing for free.
Yeah.
James Rodriguez. That was the weirdest situation. He played so well for Everton and then just did one. And then Asmir Begovic is a fine backup.
Yeah.
He's not really going to play.
He's been everywhere.
Could get some cut minutes, but he's just a backup in case something goes wrong for Jordan Pickford.
He's got experience.
But maybe a third choice keeper could be good as well.
Yeah.
Because if you think if Pickford gets injured, Begovic then steps into the lineup. You've got Billy Krellin or Jean-Luc Leben as your backups. Not great after that. So maybe a third choice, maybe a better second choice.
Yeah.
If you can find one on the market for cheap. I mean, ideally free, but that seems unlikely. Onto the defence then, and their first new signing. Obviously, this is going to be a keep. It's James Tarkowski. I think it's a very good signing.
Yeah, I mean, and we talked about how bad they were defensively last season. I think James Tarkowski could help fix that somewhat, but I still think they need a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to start, but he does add a lot better cover than... I mean, they had Jared Branthwaite at times last season. He's a very good young talent, but he's not really ready for the Premier League.
No.
I think Tarkowski's a step up on Holgate. He's a step up on Michael Keane.
Yeah.
And he can offer an experienced head to that back line, which I really rate Ben Godfrey and Yerry Mina, but they are both very young, and there's not a lot of Prem experience between the two of them. Tarkowski's been playing in the Premier League now for 7-8 years.
Tarkowski knows what it takes to win a Premier League game.
Because I win the Premier League, yeah. Mate, I forgot my Burnley just did a madness.
Sean Dyche at the wheel.
That would have been brilliant. Please bring Burnley back to the Premier with Sean Dyche so they can win it. Then Nathan Patterson.
Fine young right back.
Very, very good young right back. I think potentially start him this season.
Who else have they got?
Seamus Coleman's not getting any younger.
Okay, yeah, not Seamus Coleman.
He's a very good player.
He'll qualify for us free.
He's 33 now. He'll be 34 in October. Nathan Patterson, obviously the 20-year-old. I think he certainly needs to be starting more games this season.
Definitely rotating with them.
Yeah, I want Coleman. He's the only other right back at the club. I mean, you can play like Godfrey played there a few games last season to cover.
Start every single game,
and Holgate can cover there as well. But
that's the one Holgate.
If I see Mason Holgate even play a single minute of right back, and it's not because there's an injury, I will be furious because Nathan Patterson deserves first team minutes.
Definitely.
On the topic of Mason Holgate, would you keep him or would you just sell him?
I'm going to keep him just because I'm going to sell the other centre halves.
All of them. It's only Mason Holgate. It'll be fine. Him and James Tarkowski.
Yeah. No.
I think if you can
sell...
I think if you can get a good price for him, you let him go. Potentially.
Next centre-half is Michael Keane. Sell one of them.
Yeah, I think, though, Holgate does offer more. Because Keane can only play centre-half. Yeah. Holgate can cover at right-back and left-back. Though Michael Keane is a better centre-half. So
I'd sell Michael Keane.
He's now 29. Michael Keane. They love a Burnley centre-half, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe back to Burnley.
Yeah.
They're gonna need someone to replace James Tarkowski. I don't know if that's really a Vincent Kompany sign. They're making some great deals. They're bringing the likes of Ian Martson. Really making progress. Michael Keane doesn't really suit that same vibe.
Maybe a bit of a Huddersfield or something like that. I think he'd fit in.
Yeah, or maybe one of the teams trying to beat the drop this season. If you look at like a Nottingham Forest, they could do with another cover at centre half.
A Watford maybe? They're trying to come back up.
Trying to come back up, yeah. Could work. I mean, they've lost... what's his name? Trista He's left Watford, I think. He might have signed a new deal in the end.
50.
Yeah, so Mike Keane could work there. On to Yerry Mina then.
Keep.
100% keep. Yeah. Very good young centre half. Niels Nkunku. Now, I don't actually know who this bloke is. He was at Standard Liège last season. He's been at Everton those for years.
He's been? I don't really know who he is.
I mean, if he's 21 years old, maybe another loan move. Yeah. I don't think it's going to matter whether he's there or not. No. But maybe don't sell him yet because he could develop into a good talent. Vitaly Mykolenko, of course, is a keep. He's going to be starting. You do need to bring a left back though if you're Everton. They do not have cover there, which is a big problem. Definitely. Because Mason Holgate, as I've mentioned many times, is not good enough. Maybe bring Leighton Baines back. Then you have Ben Godfrey. Oh, Emerson could be, but I think he'd want to start.
Yes, true.
That's why he's going to go to Lyon or something like that, because he will start out there.
I was trying to think of any reserve.
I was going to say, ideally, you need someone who's willing to sit on the bench.
Again, Brandon Williams would want to start, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I think he would, yeah.
But equally, what's he going to do at United? Because they've got Tellez and Shaw.
And Malacia now.
Yeah.
I think Brendan Williams is off, but I think he'd rather take potentially even a step down to the Championship and go back to Norwich. I doubt it now, but...
Yeah.
Because if not, they probably would have agreed that ages ago. But
who's Fulham back?
Joe Bryan or Anthony Robinson, so they're probably all right there. Yeah. Nottingham Forest have just signed someone whose name has escaped my mind right now.
And Bournemouth have got Lloyd Kelly.
Who plays centre half.
So
they've got like Diego Rico or something left back, so maybe Brandon Williams could do a better job than him anyway. That's just options at Everton. They need a backup left back, but in terms of who, maybe if you like a Borna Barisic, something like that.
Yeah,
I think he'd be happy to play backup, coming in from Rangers, and the two of them could compete for minutes. Ben Godfrey, definite keep.
Yeah,
definite keep. He's very, very good. If you can find 60-70 mil for him, sure, let him go. But for now, keep him around. He's only going to get better. Seamus Coleman.
Just keep for experience, just a leader.
Yep, absolutely. He's the captain still. Yeah. No need to let him go. A year's time, maybe, once Nathan Patterson's developed into that role, but certainly for another year, keep him around. And Jared Branthwaite, no need to get rid of him. Maybe a loan move if you see someone like a Norwich
if they bring in another
on the market for something like that.
Because this one he's not going to play at all.
Yeah, or keep Keane and loan Branthwaite.
Yeah.
Which would be a disadvantage for Everton, but they'd give what's his face more minutes. Midfielders then for Everton, Alan.
100% keep. He had a good
yes, but you need to put a good DM next to him.
Oh yeah.
Because Alan does a lot of good things, but he's not the quickest. He picks up a lot of yellows as well in that role.
Which didn't help.
Yeah, but I'd have another midfielder in there. Decore can push on more. Especially since you don't have like Van der Beek. I forgot he even went there. Same with like Dele Alli's there still. Is he going to have a starting role this season? But it'd be interesting to see what formation they go with, because personally a 4-3-3 would work best with Alan, Decore, one more midfielder though. Is definitely needed there. If not, could be a bit of a struggle. Is Dele Alli going to get many minutes? We don't know. Alan though, definite keep. Andros Townsend. You're not going to get any money though.
Good point.
He's not going to be on high wages. He's a fine backup. He got 3 goals in 21 appearances last year. They're not horrific numbers, considering he's a winger.
Yeah.
So, you might as well just, you're not going to get any money for him. He's not taking up much of the wage bill.
Down.
Exactly. Abdoulaye Decore then, he's going to be crucial for him next season. He only played 30 games this season. Considering he's injured, that's quite an impressive tally of games. Okay. But, I think you still need another midfielder in there. And more defensive-minded midfielder. I mean, if Gbamin stays around,
maybe
he'll be alright. Andre Gomez.
Again, it's just a random transfer because he was a good player.
Well, he was in good form, and then obviously Son broke his leg. He's out for 9 months, and since then he's had a bit more of a bit part role at Everton. Of course, that was an accident from Son. Even he looked distraught at the challenge, but that was horrific for Andre Gomez. Put him out for a while. If you can get any money for him, let him go.
Yeah,
he's not that great. He used to be good, but he's not. He's just not playing enough now. No. Maybe we'll move back to Portugal or France, maybe to replace Fabregas at Monaco as that older head. And they've lost Tchouaméni, so something like that.
Definitely.
He could fit there. Gbamin seems like a decent player, but he's not played.
No, not at all.
Last season he got 3 appearances. The season before that he got 3 appearances. Sorry, no, that's the same year. They've just done the weird duplicating thing that often happens on the Premier League app. And then 1 appearance season before that, 2 the season before that.
So that's 6 in the
6 in 3 seasons.
Yeah, let him go.
Why are you not playing him, though, is what I'm so confused about. Because in 3 appearances, his tackles, interceptions and recovery numbers look better than any of the other midfielders. So give him minutes, but I guess he could be the more defensive-minded midfielder if you don't bring anyone in. They definitely need to invest in the midfield, though, because we've read out just 5 names. They've only got Tom Davies, Sell, and Dele Alli, who is obviously not a Sell. They've only just brought him in.
Yeah.
So, that's 7 midfielders. Tom Davies should go. Andre Gomez should go. Townsend should not be starting. He's also a bit more of a winger. So that leaves you with Ali, Gbamin, Decore, Alan as your 4 central midfielders next season. Investment definitely needed.
Yeah.
Harry Winks is not the investment needed though.
No.
25 mil on Harry Winks would be the worst signing ever. Another huge waste of money that would be. On to forwards then, and they've got quite the plethora of attacking options, Everton. Dominic Calvert-Lewin,
Key.
especially with Richarlison gone, is going to be key for them next season. Anthony Gordon.
Same.
Yeah, so good, Anthony Gordon. Damari Gray.
Yeah, key.
Had a decent season last year, Damari Gray, if I remember rightly. He came in, did really well in his opening games. I mean, 5 goals, 34 appearances said otherwise, but he did really well when he first came in. They just did nothing for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
So
Him and Townsend, we thought, oh god, they get the world like.
they did do really well in the first few games. It looked amazing, and then it all went to shit from there. Iwobi. I mean, if you can get any money for Iwobi, take the money and
£1.
Okay, try and get some of the 20 odd mil they paid for him. I think
he's a fraud. No, he's a footballer.
Solomon Rondon.
Oh my god, sell him.
No, they can't. They don't have enough I guess they got Ellis, Sims, and Lewis Dobbin at the club. So
And they
maybe prioritise their minutes at least. Meh.
You outloaded Sunderland 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, maybe he needs another low move. Maybe I'd rather give Dobbin and Sims minutes than Broadhead. But Rondon, I guess, if you're willing to give Dobbin a load of minutes,
I think their striker problem brings us onto our next.
Onto transfer rumours, yes. And replacing Richarlison. Because I think that's the bigger topic. Richarlison, let's get up some of his stats from last season.
But it's even just before you get in that, it's even because, looking at their XG, they scored 43 goals last season, but they had an XG of 48.3. So it's
not really chance creation that's been a huge problem. I mean, the big injuries for Calvert-Lewin obviously didn't help.
And Richarlison being Richarlison,
He got himself sent off regularly. Yeah. Let's compare their last seasons then. Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison. Just the 17 games for Calvert-Lewin.
That's the problem.
And the 5 goals and the 2 assists. Richarlison, 13 games more, double the goals, double the assists and a bit more. He's just... You've got to replace his 15 contributions in 30 games. Dominic Calvert-Lewin doesn't put up the same numbers, especially not assist-wise. They have to get in a right winger.
Yeah, 100%. Because I do think, though, if Calvert-Lewin stays fit and starts all those games, he'll get the goals. They just need someone else to create the chances.
Exactly. I think maybe you need a winger who is like Nicolas Pepe at Lille. But not Nicolas Pepe, because he's quite obviously shown that he's not very good in the Premier League. And also, do not stop buying from Arsenal. Everton, stop buying players from Arsenal. Iwobi has shown you that's not a good idea. But wingers, there's not thousands on the market for cheap.
No.
I mean, look at what they did with Damari Gray and Andros Townsend. Maybe they just need to splash the cash on someone actually good, though. Go out and
For some reason, Jens Petter Hau sounds like a really Everton signing.
Yeah, big name, big money, and then flops.
Yeah.
Because that seems to be every Everton signing. Or does well and leaves for Barcelona for 30 mil the season after.
For half of what they paid for it.
Somehow, yeah. They're putting some stupid clause in the contract that's like, oh yeah, actually, if you score more than 10 goals, we let you leave on a free. But... I'll have a look at what they've got, what they've been linked with. Obviously, they've made the one signing. James Markowski on a free is a good signing.
That's a good deal. But he's not going to replace Richarlison's goals unless we're going to see some mad position change.
To be fair, I wouldn't be too upset if I saw Tarkowski start leading the line. It looks like Jared Braithwaite will be loaned. Maxwell Cornet and Nicolas Pepe. That is really weird how that is. He's been linked.
Oh, God. What are they doing? Why are they back?
So Maxwell Cornet is an option.
That'd be a good player.
I don't really see him leaving.
But yeah,
Burnley.
So he'll tear up the championship next year. I really don't. For Everton's sake, I really hope they don't get Nicolas Pepe. Let's
have a look at what Sky Sports is saying. No Everton transfers in this current window.
I don't know.
That is unexplainable. How have they not done anything yet? Not even looking at anything.
There's no rumours.
Yeah, same from Transfermarkt. Just there's nothing going on. I don't know what to say. Transfer rumour section, well, there is nothing. Everton are doing nothing. They've gone, well, we've signed Richarlison, and what we're going to fix the problem with? No one. We're going to just hope that Ellis Sims is like...
Lampard did really well with the transfer
the reincarnation of Louis Saha.
At Chelsea, and he wasn't allowed to buy anyone, he did well with what he's got. But at Chelsea, he had good players. At Everton, his striker options are rubbish.
They've gone, well, you do well with the transfer embargo, don't you, Frank? Yeah, not when the transfer embargo also entails losing your best player.
Cowell gets injured, who's starting Rondon.
He lost his best player.
Yeah.
He promoted the youth.
Yeah.
Jared Branthwaite, Lewis Dobbin. Frank Lampard's going to get Europe with Everton next season. On to loose predictions.
No, I'll be honest. I mean, if they don't make any transfers, they are going down.
I think their squad's good enough to survive still.
They're not going to score any bloody goals.
They don't have any midfielders, which is a problem.
Exactly.
They don't have anyone
the
to score.
Is going to be Holgate and Tarkov.
They've still got Godfrey and Mina. But then both of them did get injured at times last season.
I think around bottom half of the table, definitely.
The problems for Everton are they don't have any attackers other than Calvert-Lewin.
They've
got no backup midfielders and they have no backup defenders. And they're linked with no one apart from a loose link to Harry Winks.
And their goalkeeper's like
and Nicolas Pepe. So there's many problems at Everton. If you're an Everton fan, please feel free to vent your frustrations in the comments below.
I think they'll be around where they were
on YouTube,
season.
Obviously, not on Spotify. There aren't comments yet, or ever. I don't know anything. I don't work at Spotify. Inside information. But yeah, least predictions.
Around bottom half of the table.
I can't see anything higher than 15th.
No, I can't. I genuinely.
Like, there's so many clubs this year. That battle between.
As soon as this goes out, it's going to turn out Everton made 3 transfers and they're suddenly look like Europeans. So.
Yeah, the battle between 7th to 10th is genuinely going to be so good to watch this year because I think there's about 9 clubs who could finish 7th. Man United are 2 of them.
2 of them.
I don't know, but United I think could struggle. Be interested to see how they get on their first season. Mind you, they did win the Bangkok Century Cup, so you never know.
That is true.
Everton have not won anything. They can't even win a pre-season friendly. I don't think they've played one yet.
No, they lost to Arsenal.
Oh, okay, that's good. So, on good track then. They probably saw Nicolas Pepe and went, "It can't be worse than what we've just seen. It can't possibly."
Torn apart.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, I think bottom half of the table. And if they don't sign anyone, they're going to be in danger again. If they get a striker, then maybe like a 12th.
I don't think they need a striker. They need a winger.
Anything.
They can play Gordon on the left,
yeah.
But then on the right, it's Townsend or Gray. Neither of them cut the mustard, really, at the Premier League.
They need a right winger. That is bad.
Oh, yeah.
That is really bad.
I genuinely don't know how they solve that problem, though.
I think I don't know what to say anymore.
Wingers, backup midfielders, defenders, they need everything.
Yeah.
They need a whole new team. Just sell them all.
Sell everyone, start from scratch.
Yeah. It can't go worse than what the current season prospects are. Anyway, that is all for today. This has been for the Everton episodes. What a shit show their current situation is.
I feel bad for any Everton.
Yeah, honestly. A few seasons ago, they were watching, like 7 now, Lukaku and Barkley tearing up the league. They've seen the likes of James Rodriguez come and do a madness on Merseyside. Since then, they are now going to be hoping that Andros Townsend could lead them into the top half of the table.
It's gone from a madness on Merseyside to a murder on Merseyside.
Yeah, I am worried Everton could go down next season.
Definitely.
Because Lampard has got nothing to work with. But then he did the same at Chelsea. Didn't have much to work with, did well.
The likes of Fulham, Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest.
Especially Nottingham Forest.
They're
investing very well.
Great players. Leeds are making some fantastic deals, and they were down there.
They've just gone. If you're American or you used to play for Salzburg, come on in.
No, they're a good deal. Brendan Aronson is a great.
Rasmus Christensen. Leeds will be up soon in this series.
So everyone that could be below Everton is making good players to get above them. Yeah. They're in real trouble.
Yeah, that is all for today for Everton. Next up will be Fulham, episode 53. That will be out tomorrow. These are going to be daily now until we get to the end of the alphabet. There's no... You know what I mean. The end of the Premier League alphabet. We're doing them in alphabetical order. It makes sense. But that is all for today. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.